Hey everyone, it's BigSmoons with a Platinum Review, where I talk about the games that I have the Platinum Trophy, or 100% on, and what it took to get there. I also review the games based on the amount of fun I had. Stick around at the end of this video for a special announcement. Will you accept a demon to take over your soul for more power, or fight against it to save yourself and the world? It's time to find out in this action RPG. Let's get started. Bound by Flame is a game by Spiders and was released in 2014. It's currently offered on the PlayStation Plus's new tier system. Bound by Flame puts you into the shoes of Vulcan, who you create at the beginning of the game. The actual customization is fairly bare, but you'll jump straight into the action afterward. There's a brief tutorial that shows off the different mechanics to include heavy weapon, daggers, traps, crafting, and magic. Early on, you will get possessed by a demon, which grants you fire powers. You can choose to bend to the will of the demon, thus increasing your firepower, or you can fight the demon every step of the way and stay pure. The plot stars you as a mercenary working for the Red Scribes who are at war with the undead armies. It seems like a no-brainer that you would be part of the side of the living in that war, but your team is selling their services regardless.
I didn't join the Freeborn Blades to stand pots and their trains.
My preferred fighting style was the double daggers, as it allows you to dodge and then slow motion jump back into attack. Your other main option is to block and parry attacks with the sword. Both options are a viable choice as it ultimately comes down to preference. Regardless of which melee combat you use, you can still make use of the crossbow, traps, and fire magic. The game feels very much like a BioWare game in its design. There are side quests, romance options, and dialogue choices. There are multiple endings with blue representing good and red representing evil. I will say this though, if you enjoy BioWare games, you should give this one a shot. It isn't as mechanically sound as those, but it still has hours of fun to offer. I give Bound by Flame a 7 out of 10 for fun. Though it is very much like Dragon Age 2, Bound by Flame has its own style, and the struggle with the demon inside is a great plot device. The combat mechanics are passable, and the game is a great playthrough on the lower difficulties. It's worth playing through at least once for the story and to see what ending you end up with based on your choices. Let's talk trophies. There are 42 trophies to pick up in this game, and it will require 2 full playthroughs played in a specific manner. I recommend a blind playthrough, but I can understand if you're just here for the trophies, you will not want to play through this 3 times. To get all the trophies in 2 playthroughs, you'll have to make use of saving and loading at certain points to get one trophy, and then go back and get the other. There are only 4 story-related trophies that will unlock on a single playthrough, with at least 2 more guaranteed to unlock. One for beating the game on a difficulty, and the other for one of the 3 endings. One ending is for evil, one for good, and one that shows up no matter what. It is possible to knock out 2 of these on one playthrough with the use of saves. The best way to get all the trophies is to do one playthrough as a male on Hawk difficulty. Do as many side quests as possible and follow the demon whenever he tries to lead you down a path. This will allow you to romance the evil character as well as the other female character. Again, you will have to make use of saves to romance both. Round off the game with the evil ending, and you will also obtain a trophy for going full demon. Your second playthrough should be as a female on Captain difficulty. You'll have to deny the demon at every turn and romance the 2 male characters, again with saving and reloading. This difficulty is ridiculous. The final boss is the hardest fight in the game, and on Captain might be too much for most players to handle. If you've perfected dodging or parrying, you can just do chip damage until the boss falls. This will net you the hardest trophy and the good ending. Everything else is easy compared to this. Do as many side quests as possible and all the side missions for your companions. Killing 150 enemies should come easy and net you 3 trophies along the way. Then there are the Do X Thing 50 times trophies. Fire 50 crossbow bolts, set enemies on fire or poison them. Get kills with daggers, warhammer, sword, and axe. This will account for 7 trophies. Set and spring 20 traps. Traps are a great way to handle enemies throughout the game anyway. Loot 20 objects in the world, recycle 30 items, and search 50 fallen enemies. With the items you get from this, you need to craft 100 objects, mostly potions and traps, as well as upgrading your weapons and armor 5 times. For the final 4 trophies, you must level up 1 skill 1 time for 1 trophy. The other 3 require you to max out each of the skill trees with 1 trophy for each one. The best tactic is to not level up anything until you reach level 19 on your Hawk playthrough. Then make a save and max out 1 tree. Reload, max out another, and then do it again for all of them. Then you can level the character up the way that best reflects your playstyle. Bound by Flame is a fun, modern-style RPG that feels a bit dated mechanically. However, it is good for a single playthrough to see what the story has to offer. Multiple playthroughs can be obnoxious, and Captain difficulty is a slog. And because of that, I do not recommend you get that platinum.
You must aid me to do this. I am not able to do that. Your endless wailings are unbearable.
2 things I want to talk about before I wrap up. Number 1, thank you to everyone who's been patient. As soon as it gets hot outside, my full-time job gets more intensive and doesn't allow a lot of downtime to work on material. And 2, I plan to stream to raise money for a fundraiser in the month of July. My Twitch is at BigSmoons. I've decided to support Teen Line, which focuses on the mental well-being of teenagers. More information to follow. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the warmer weather if you live in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm excited to start a fundraiser, and I hope I can work out all the kinks and get it up and running. If anyone has a game suggestion for that, I'm open to ideas. As always, be good to yourself.